Welcome back. We're diving into an insightful lesson from the book of Timothy, and I'm excited to share something that could truly transform how you view your time. Time is something we all have in equal measure, yet it's how we choose to use it that determines the impact we make in life. Today, we'll explore what Paul teaches Timothy about the stewardship of time and how we can apply it to our daily lives. In 1 Timothy 6:20-21, Paul gives Timothy a powerful reminder about the responsibility he carries. Let's take a look at these verses. Timothy, guard what has been entrusted to your care. Turn away from godless chatter and the opposing ideas of what is falsely called knowledge, which some have professed, and in so doing have departed from the faith. Grace be with you all. What exactly is Paul telling Timothy here? He's reminding him of the great gift and responsibility that God has entrusted to him, time, and how he chooses to use it. But what does this have to do with us today? Let's break it down. When Paul tells Timothy to guard what has been entrusted to your care, he's not just referring to gifts or talents, but to something even more precious: time. Every single one of us is given the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle often comes down to how we choose to use that time. Think about this. Moses in Psalm 90 prays to God, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." Moses understood something fundamental, that time is a limited resource, and if we waste it, we miss the opportunity to live wisely and make a lasting impact. Paul understood this too. As he spoke to Timothy, he was urging him to prioritize what truly matters, spending time wisely on things that have eternal value. There are three primary ways we can spend our time: investing, spending, or wasting it. Each choice has its consequences. Investing your time means using it in ways that yield long-term benefits, whether spiritually, relationally, or in terms of personal growth. For example, if you spend time reading scripture, praying, or serving others, you are investing in your relationship with God, your personal growth, and the well-being of those around you. The reward of investing time is a life that is deeply fulfilling and aligned with God's purpose. Spending time isn't inherently bad. We all have daily activities that need our attention. However, how we spend that time matters. If you dedicate time to chores or work, but also balance that with time for your family, friends, and your spiritual life, you're spending your time in a way that's balanced and meaningful. Spending time in this way can bring both joy and growth, so long as we don't let it consume us entirely. Wasting time. Unfortunately, many of us can fall into the trap of wasting time. This happens when we become distracted by things that don't contribute to our well-being, growth, or the advancement of God's kingdom. It could be mindlessly scrolling through social media or getting lost in endless entertainment without any intentional purpose. While occasional rest is necessary, wasting time without reflection or purpose leads to regret. Let me share a personal story with you. I've been working with my son to help him understand the importance of using time wisely. I see him at times getting lost in distractions just like any young person might. So I've been teaching him to focus on spending time on things that matter, whether it's studying, building relationships, or pursuing his goals. We've discussed how time spent playing video games, though enjoyable, doesn't always yield lasting benefits. But time spent learning a new skill, helping others, or even resting in a purposeful way can bring growth and fulfillment. My son has started to realize that every moment is precious and that he has the ability to use his time to make a positive difference in his life and in the lives of others. Paul's message to Timothy about guarding what has been entrusted to him is incredibly relevant for us today. God has entrusted each of us with time, and how we choose to use it will determine the direction of our lives. As Paul wrote to Timothy, he was emphasizing the importance of not being sidetracked by godless chatter or falsely called knowledge. This is a reminder to avoid distractions and focus on what truly matters: building a relationship with God, living a life of integrity, and serving others. We are called to invest our time in pursuits that have eternal significance. This doesn't mean neglecting our daily responsibilities, but it does mean being intentional about how we allocate our time. Whether it's through prayer, studying the Word, or investing in relationships, we should prioritize activities that draw us closer to God and enable us to make a lasting impact on the world around us.